Gloob and Glad, my peeps, back at you again with a simple tutorial on the Minecraft Create mod. Today I'll be showing you how to make a crushing wheel iron farm. To do this, you're going to need a ton of redstone found underground in lower mining levels and a ton of quartz found basically everywhere in the nether. This will allow us to make rose quartz. To make this, you want your quartz in the top left and every other slot taken up by redstone. Now, we're going to need to make sandpaper. With one sand and one paper, we can make sandpaper. Now with the rose quartz and the sandpaper, we can drop the rose quartz on the ground, right click it with sandpaper, polish it right up. This takes a little too much time, so we're going to learn how to automate it. Now, we're going to need some brass sheets. So by taking your brass, placing it on a depot, smushing it up just like iron, you'll get brass sheets. Very simple, very easy. Now, with 4 brass sheets, 1 andesite alloy, we can make the brass hand. This will allow us, with the electron tube, which is 1 rose quartz polished and 1 iron sheet. This will make the electron tube. The electron tube with the andesite casing with the brass hand allows us to make the deployer. This thing right here. It will always be pointing the direction you place it. And if we give it sandpaper, it can then, just like a pressing machine, by cranking it, it can just do the work for us without us having to drop all those items. Very simple, very easy. Up next, we have here, we're going to need to make the brass casing. To make this, just like andesite casing, you must place brass onto a sheared log, not a log. Now, with the andesite casing, 1 crafting bench, and 1 electron tube, we can make the mechanical crafter. Mechanical crafter can be placed down and connected to other mechanical crafters, and you'll see how they're connected through the arrows that they make. If they're not connected, you won't see this. See how this one just doesn't fully continue. And we can then use these to automatically craft other mechanical crafters as a demonstration of how they work. They must be hooked up using cogs, and they can be powered by any kind of stress or just a handy dandy hand crank. And as you power it, you'll see the items move down. We get our item, it pops out, and then it just pops all the way out. Now, with a ton of mechanical crafters in this arrangement, with andesite alloy being placed, 4 planks of wood of any kind, and 1 polished stone of any kind, we can make a crushing wheel, as we can demonstrate here, by placing all these materials into this giant machine. They'll go at it, give us voila, the crushing wheel. Now, we're going to need to learn how to make the mechanical belt, which can be made with 6 dried kelp. In order to place this, you must look at a shaft, right-click, and right-click on the other one. Now, note, keep in mind, if you scroll off it, it will disappear, but if you go back on it, it will then reappear. So be careful when placing these, you might forget. Next, we're going to need the propeller. To make this, you will need 4 iron sheets and 1 andesite alloy. Now with the propeller, 1 andesite casing, and 1 shaft, we can make the fan. Now we're going to know how to make a funnel. To make the andesite funnel, you'll need andesite and 1 kelp. This allows a conveyor belt to move. When moving, items will be picked up by it and put into a chest that's placed behind it. Next is the brass funnel. With 1 electron tube, 1 brass, and 1 dried kelp, we will get the brass funnel. What's neat about this is, as you can see, you can place a filter, which allows you to filter what items go into it, into the chest. To make a filter, we're going to need 2 iron nuggets and 1 wool. This will make the item filter, allowing us to make our own custom list of what items can or cannot be allowed into the funnel. Next, and the last part of our iron farm is the drill. With 3 andesite, 1 iron, and 1 andesite casing, you can make the drill. This will automatically mine anything placed in front of it, so long as it has stress being powered into it. Now, with all this crazy shenanigans, we can make this. Very simple. This is a stone generator, which then is being mined by our drill, if you can see up here, which then drops cobble down on our crushing wheels, which will crush into gravel. With the fan going on this conveyor belt, it will slowly and surely clean the gravel for a chance of either flint or iron to be made. See, this made flint, and this will slowly but surely gain us iron. Now, I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I will see you next time, my peeps. Goodbye.